Good morning to all the class 10 students. In this video, this is your second video of your chapter number 2, that is your acid and base and salt. In this video, we will discuss about your base and salt both. So, we'll begin with what is a base. Like the acids are chemical substances, bases are also chemical substances, but acids have a sour taste and the bases will have what? It will have a bitter taste. So, bases have what? Bitter taste. B for base and B for bitter in nature. So, bases they are bitter in taste. Next is your acids, they are strong acids and weak acids. Bases are also strong in nature, weak in nature. What do all the bases have in common? That all we will discuss. So, a base is a chemical substance which can neutralize an acid also. The common examples of your bases is your ammonium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, sodium carbonate, calcium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide. All these are examples of your common bases. Now, all those bases which are soluble in water, they are called as your alkalis. So, the bases which are soluble in water are called as what? They are called as your alkalis. So, alkali are what? Bases soluble in water. Alkali means bases soluble in water. Soluble in water. So, alkalis are what? They are bases soluble in water. Now, what will be the common examples of your alkalis? That means bases which are soluble in water. Potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. All the compounds which contain hydroxides will be called as your alkalis because it is containing KOH, NOH, MgOH. Means all the compounds containing OH group, they are called as your alkalis. They are called as your alkalis. Now, when we talk about a base in discussion, we are talking about what? Actually, we mean that a base soluble in water. Whether we call it as a base or whether we call it as an alkali is the same thing. Now, what do all the bases have in common? Like the acids, they have hydrogen ion in common. The bases will have OH minus ion in common. So, the bases will have what? OH minus ions in common. The base will have OH minus ion in common. The base will have what? It will have OH minus ions in common. And acids, remember, acid have H plus ions in common. So, you can characterize the differences between acid and base from here itself. So, that is clear that bases have OH minus ions in common when it is dissolved in water. Acid also dissolved in water, it releases hydrogen ions, and bases also dissolved in water, it will release OH minus ion. Now, strong bases and weak bases. A base which completely ionizes in water and produces a large amount of hydroxide ions is called as a strong basis. So, a base which neutralizes in the water and produces large amount, that means maximum percentage of water has been produced, that is called as your what? Strong bases. Then weak basis is partially, like a weak acid is there, partially ionizes. Similarly, weak bases also partially ionizes into water and less amount of OH minus ions is released there. Now, we'll discuss about what are the various properties of the bases. The properties of the bases is bases have bitter in taste, bases feel soppy to touch, and bases turn red litmus to blue. Bases also conduct electricity in solution, that is they are electrolytes. So, bases are called as your what? Electrolyte. This is a new term, that means what? The key bases they are called as electrolytes since it conducts electricity. Bases react with some metals to form hydrogen gas. So, now we come under the chemical properties of the bases. The chemical properties of the bases are what? It reacts with the metals to form hydrogen gas. We have seen that acid also releases hydrogen gas. So, bases here also it releases hydrogen gas as well as the salt. So, this is a common thing, that means what? Even when we react a base with a metal, it will release your salt plus hydrogen gas. Next reaction is what? Bases reacts with acid to form salt and water. Similarly, acid reacts with base to form salt and water. Base reacts with acid to form salt and water. That is called as your neutralization reaction. Bases react with non-metal oxides to form salt and water. Similar with the metal, whatever acid reaction is there, like that type of reaction is also here. Non-metal oxides plus base, it will give salt and water. Now, what are the various uses of the bases? The various uses of the bases is what? Even the basis is used for the manufacture of the saw, paper and synthetic fiber called as your rayon. So, bases are used for manufacturing of what? Saw, paper and synthetic fiber called as your rayon. Calcium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of your bleaching powder. So, your bleaching powder is what? It is your calcium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is used as an anti-acid to neutralize excess acid in the stomach and cure indigestion. So, bases are used for indigestion purposes also. That is your medical use. It is used as an anti-acid, magnesium hydroxide, which is a base. Sodium carbonate is used as a washing soda and for softening hard water. So, sodium carbonate is used as a washing soda and for softening the hard water, and sodium hydrogen carbonate is used as a baking soda. That means for sodium hydrogen carbonate is used as a baking soda in cooking food, for making baking powders, as an anti-acid for to curing indigestions, and in soda acid fire extinguishers. So, these are some of the uses of your bases. Now we'll discuss about the pH. What do we mean by pH? pH is the power of your hydrogen. pH means what? Power of hydrogen. pH is nothing but it is the every human body, even our body has a pH scale is there. So, pH scale is what? The scale in which the pH of a body or in object substance pH used to be measured. That means what? In pure water, the concentration of hydrogen ions and so hydroxide ions are equal. So, in order to measure the pH of the acids and base, a pH scale is used, and the pH scale is nothing but it is a scale in which it is used for measuring the power of the hydrogen ions for detecting whether the substance is an acid or base or it is neutral in nature. So, the strength of an acid and base is measured on a scale of numbers called as the pH scale. So, you can remember that the strength of an acid or base is measured on a scale of numbers, that is called as your pH scale. The pH scale has values from 0 to 14. So, the pH scale has a values from what? 0 to 14. It has a value from 0 to 14. So, 0 to 14. And from here we have 1 to 7 and then 14. This is neutral. This side is your base. Acid. So, this is acid. So, this is the scale how we measure. This is your pH scale 0 to 14. From 1 to 7 will be your acid, and from 7 to 14 will be your base. So, bases have more pH number than your acid components. So, neutral substances have a pH exactly equal to the 7, which is the pH of your water that you can call, and acid have a pH of less than 7. Acids, remember, acid have a pH less than 7 and bases have a pH more than 7. That means 0 to 7 will be the pH of the acid, and from 7 to 14 will be the pH of your, that means more than 7, the 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, that will go under your bases category. So, from there more than 7 to 14 will be having what? It will be your bases scale. So, the higher the pH, the stronger is the base. Higher the pH, the stronger is the base. That means the base which is having this pH of 14 will be the strongest base of all. The common pH scale having pH values from 0 to 14 is given in your figure number 28, which is given in your figure number 28. You can refer from the figure. It is given in page number 74, figure number 28, the pH scale. Now we have all the pH scale is also pH values of some common substances is also there. You can refer that one. The universal indicators, which is used for tasting acid and base, that does not give us the pH reading. pH is a measurement of the acid and base. We just obtain the idea from the universal indicator. We just obtain the idea that whether a substance is an acid or base. So universal indicator is a mixture of many different indicators which gives different colors at different pH of the entire pH scale. So even from there, see, there is a color indicator. It will give the acid and base nature, but from the change of the color also we will be able to know whether the substance is an acid and base, which is given in the figure number 29. You can refer that. Thus, water will produce a green color with universal indicator. So water will produce what? Green color with universal indicator, because in the pH scale reader it is green in color. The pH scale color is green for water. So pH is there. So how can we say that pH is there in our body? Because inside our body hydrochloric acid is there, bases. So therefore neutralize the hydrochloric acid we use in bases are used to neutralize the acid. So pH is there in our digestive system also. pH changes the course of the tooth decay also. Even the your teeth decaying is also changed due to the change of the pH of the teeth. Because of the acid, more acidic in nature, the teeth used to decay. Plants and animals are sensitive even to the pH also. If we do that, even the plants, soil pH and plant growth is also there. So most of the plant grows best when the pH of the soil is close to 7. When the pH of the soil is close to 7, that means it is nearly close to the water, then it grows well. But acidic, if it becomes acidic or basic in nature, the growth of the soil losses its fertility and the growth of the plants is not so well. So these are some of the uses of why pH is used in our daily life, and what will be the changes when pH changes inside our body. Infected persons used to get infected with fungus infection is there. Yeast infection used to happen to the human bodies when there is a change in the pH of the human body. Now we'll discuss about salt. Salt is what? Salt is a compound formed from an acid by the replacement of the hydrogen in the acid by a metal. So salt is what? It is a compound formed from the acid by the replacement of hydrogen in the acid by a metal. Like sodium hydroxide is there, then we can release their HCl. If it does a reaction with HCl, then there it will form what? Chloride will go under the reaction with sodium, and then salt will be formed. Salts are formed when acid reacts with the bases. So salt is formed when acid reacts with the bases. And some of the common preparations of the salt, we will be seeing that, and we will study the uses and properties of the salts. Common salts, that is this is your base, HCl, acid, this NaCl, salt, plus water will be there. So salt are formed when acid and base react together. So the salts of the salt, that is why from the definition is there. A salt is a compound formed from the acid by replacing what? Hydrogen ions, or you can say hydroxide ions in the reaction. So whenever an acid or a base reacts with each other, it will form what? Salt. The salts of hydrochloric acid are called as chlorides. The salts of sulfuric acids are called as sulfates, and the salts of nitric acids are called as your nitrates. Carbonic acids are called as your carbonates, and acetic acid are called as your acidates. So these are the ones what kind of salts is called as chlorides, and then hydrochloric acid it will be called as chlorides, and so on. Now the salts having the same positive ions are said to belong to a family of the salts. So the salts having the same positive ions are said to belong to the family of the salt. That means what, it will be having same positive ions, means the salts which have a positive ions, and then the salts which have a negative ions. That means sodium chloride, sodium sulfate, potassium chloride, all these, ammonium chloride, all these are the salts which have a positive charge. It belongs to the same family. So potassium sulfate, sodium sulfate, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, all these also will belong to the same family. In the sulfate group, the pH of the salt is what, sodium, it is of sodium solution is 7, ammonium chloride acidic one is 6, and then sodium carbonate, the basic one is your 9. That means it is more than 7. The acidic nature and basic nature of some common salts can be explained on the basis of hydrolysis of the water. So salts can be even acidic in nature, and it can be even basic in nature, which can be explained on the basis of the hydrolysis of water. The salts of strong acids and weak acids give acidic solutions, and the salts of strong acids and strong bases give neutral solutions. So the salts of strong acids and strong bases will give neutral solution, and the salts of strong acid and weak bases will give acidic solution. The salts of weak acid and strong bases will give basic solution, that means alkaline solution. Some of the common salts, preparations and uses will be studied now. Common salt means sodium chloride. How sodium chloride is formed? So sodium chloride is the easy preparation. From here we can see sodium chloride is formed. When we react with sodium hydroxide plus hydrochloric acid, it will form what? Sodium chloride is formed. This is the preparation of your sodium chloride salt. What are the uses of the sodium chloride? Sodium chloride is used as a common salt that we know. Sodium chloride is used in cooking food. Sodium chloride is used in preservatives in your pickles and in curing fish meat and so on. Common salt is used in the manufacture of your soaps. Common salt is also used to melt ice which collects on the roads during winter in cold countries. So salt is used for melting of the ice also. It is used for the preservations of the pickles also, for meat and fishes also, cooking purposes. These are the common uses of your salt, common salt. So different types of chemicals can also be formed from the common salt, that is caustic soda and so on, washing soda, all these things are also formed. Sodium, similarly we have the sodium hydroxide. How can sodium hydroxide form? Production of the sodium hydroxide. So sodium, similarly we can do this one. When sodium chloride is react with water, it will form what? Sodium hydroxide plus chlorine. So this reaction in the reverse way. The same reaction in the reverse order, it will form what? The electrolysis reaction. When sodium chloride reacts with the water, it undergoes electrolysis reaction. That means electricity is passed through that. Then it will form what? Sodium hydroxide is formed, chlorine and water is formed. But here sodium hydroxide will be formed, chlorine will form, and hydrogen gas is formed. So these are the reactions of your sodium hydroxide or preparations you can say. Then uses of the sodium hydroxide is also given in your book. Chlorine and hydrogen, all these are given. You can refer to your book also. The important salt which we have to study for your book or for the main from the exam point of view is your washing soda, baking soda and plaster of Paris. These are the 3 salt you have to study, and bleaching powder is there. So 4 salt is important which you have to study along with the preparation and its property and uses. So washing soda is prepared how? Washing soda is prepared from the sodium chloride reactions with ammonium plus water plus carbon dioxide gives sodium hydrogen carbonate plus ammonium chloride. So the steps, washing soda is prepared in 3 steps. It is prepared in what? It is prepared in 3 steps. I will be showing you the preparation of one salt, the rest salt preparation you can study from the book. So the most important preparation which I will be showing you will be your plaster of Paris one. How plaster of Paris is prepared, and then what are the properties and uses of plaster of Paris. So calcium plaster of Paris can be prepared from what? It can be prepared from calcium CaSO4.2H2O when heated to 100 degrees Celsius, that is 373 Kelvin, into 1 CaSO4 half H2O plus 1 half H2O is released. Plaster of Paris. So this is the preparation of your plaster of Paris. So plaster of Paris is prepared from the gypsum. It is prepared from what? It is prepared from your gypsum. This one is your gypsum. So by two methods, there is two methods which is showing the preparation. So plaster of Paris is prepared by heating gypsum to a temperature that is your 100 degrees Celsius, which you can see clearly on the blackboard, in a kiln, which when gypsum is heated to a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius, it loses 3/4 of its water of crystallization and forms plaster of Paris, and thus it forms plaster of Paris. This is also your plaster of Paris. And then next step is what? When gypsum, 2 molecules of gypsum is added, heated to 100 degrees Celsius, it will form your plaster of Paris, plus water molecule will be released. So in two ways you can form your plaster of Paris. The first one, as you can see here, so this one if you forget, it is better to remember this process. When you heat the gypsum, 2 molecules of gypsum, that is dye molecules, to 100 degrees Celsius, then you will obtain directly plaster of Paris. 2 molecules you will obtain as a plaster of your Paris. In this way you can prepare your plaster of Paris from the gypsum. Now plaster, what are the properties of plaster of Paris? The properties of plaster of Paris is what? Plaster of Paris is a white powder. Plaster of Paris has a very remarkable property of setting into hard mass on weighting with water. So plaster of Paris, it settles into hard mass when weighted with the water, when it is weighted with the water. So for that purpose it is used for fracturing areas, it is used to seal. Plaster of Paris should be stored in moisture proof container because it turns into hard in nature, that is why. This is because the presence of moisture can cause slow setting of the plaster of Paris by bringing about its dehydration. Now let's know what is the uses of the plaster of Paris. The uses of plaster of Paris is it is used in hospitals for setting fractured bones in the right position to ensure the correct healing. So because it settles into hard mass, it is used for what? It is used in hospitals for setting fractured bones. Plaster of Paris is used in making toys, decorative materials, cheap ornaments, cosmetics, blackboard chalks, and cardboard statues. Plaster of Paris is used in chemical laboratories for sealing air gaps, apparatus, and so on. Plaster of Paris is used for making surfaces like the walls of the house smooth before painting them, and for making ornaments designs. So these are the various uses of your plaster of Paris. Now a small topic is there, that is your crystallization or hydrated salt is there. Now water of crystallization or hydrous salt is nothing but it is what? The salt which contains the water molecule is called as your hydrated salt or water of crystallization. So the water molecules which form a part of the structure of the salt are called as water of crystallization. So the salt containing the water molecules is called as your water of crystallization or hydrated salt. So plaster of Paris is also an example of your hydrated salt because it is containing what? Molecules of water. or you can say it is water of crystallization. So copper sulfate crystals contain 5 molecules of water of crystallization. So this is a crystallization salt. Basically double salts are your crystallization salt. Sodium carbonate crystal, calcium sulfate crystals, iron sulfate crystals, all these are many types of salts is there which contains water in them. Then action, what will be the action of heat when we heat the water hydrated salts? When we heat the hydrated salt, it will release anhydrous. That means what? Water will separate from the hydrated salt. On heating, water is used to separate from the hydrated salt. This is the action of water on the hydrated salt. So solid nature of the salt used to be obtained. That means you can say anhydrous form of the salt is obtained. So with this we finish with our chapter number 2, acid, base and salt. Watch the video and even go through your book so that you will have a clear concept about your book. Chapter number 2, acid, base and salt. Thank you for watching the video.